All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Brand Builder TV. I am so pumped for this, and I'll tell you why. Mr. Smash meets the Monster Motivator. That sounds like it's a movie in the making. I'm pumped for this, and I'll tell you, on a serious note, there's a few reasons why. I've known this guy for a few years now. He was a guest on Monster Motivator TV, and when we're talking about branding and marketing in 2020 versus 2004, you have to include networking. And this man is killing the game when it comes to networking. And if you're not sure, check him out on his Instagram. We're going to share all of his social media stuff throughout, and then at the end in the notes. But this man is killing the game when it comes to networking, and I am so pumped that he's on. And as a side note, one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet, and that's the honest to God truth. The honest to God truth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good people. So, Mr. Smash, introduce yourself. Tell us, give us a little 30,000-foot view, and then we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, Steve Orozco, former Wall Street guy, got my MBA and my MS. Former professional fighter, and now I own a company called Smash Global, fully sanctioned, licensed MMA league, or you can say show, and black tie, amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be there next week, and I am so excited. And Steve, share with them some of the honorees that you've had over the years, and yeah. Steve won't tell us until I guess until we're there, right?
I'm probably gonna start releasing everything on Monday.
All right.
You know, because every time I have a show, I've done like different, ways of marketing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done the 8-week push, and I've done the 6-week, and the 30-day push, and 14-day push. This time, I want to see what happens if I only do like a 7-day push. Because LA sucks from a planning standpoint. No one wants to commit to anything until like the week of or the day before a show. So I feel like sometimes it just goes on deaf ears when I promote too early.
Yeah, and share with us some of the other honorees. Now, you're from Boston, right, originally?
From Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're from the Paulie D world, right? And Vinny Paz.
I am.
Vinny Paz.
Yep.
I'm trying to get him on, actually, Vinny Paz. So from a kid from Rhode Island, I want you to share with everyone some of the honorees that you've been able to network and connect with and get a commitment to come to your event. Share with some of these names, man.
Yeah, we had my last show, we had Dolph Lundgren, who's my all-time villain, Drago. I had my hero, Lou Ferrigno. Did Mickey Rourke. See, Mel Gibson is probably the biggest name. I'm talking about Braveheart. That's like, I can watch that movie over and over. Then you have the MMA stars like Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell. From boxing, I said Shane Mosley, Freddie Roach.
Roach, I remember seeing that. I mean,
love that guy.
Man,
that's a good dude.
That's his for a fight fan, right? A combat sports guy fan that we both are. I get the chills, man. That's epic, man. That's epic. But think about this, guys. Think about the level of networking this man had to do, right, to connect with these people, fill the room, and share a little bit about Smash Global. What is it all about? How did it come to?
Yeah, it came to. So when I was fighting, and I always have to preface this because I love my MMA fans. It's what I'm passionate about. But to be honest, MMA came from a backyard feel. No rules, no sanctioning, no weight classes, very grassroots. Everyone bleed, rah, 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 which is fine. So it's very NASCAR-esque. Whereas boxing, which is, I grew up in my grandfather's lap watching boxing, that started with people who had money in the first place. People go in suits with their wives and gowns, a different social experience, more distinguished gentlemen. I wanted that crowd to get into MMA because there's always this like comparison of boxing versus MMA. And a lot of it has to do with the demographics of the sports. And when I was fighting, it was a very $30 ticket crowd, because everyone who goes to MMA shows are usually friends and family of the fighters. They're not people outside of the MMA network. And I wanted that black tie community to start coming to MMA and watch it live, because where are they going to go? You know, Saboa Casino, Hollywood Park Casino. There's not really an outlet for it. So I created a platform so they will come. So, you know, I always say a $500 ticket gets you a $500 crowd, and a $30 ticket gets you a $30 crowd. It's just me being honest about it. So I just created a platform for the $500 crowd to come watch the sport live. And it's been a struggle. But from a media and celebrity standpoint, like, I'm still in awe sometimes, you know, of the people who come. And even now, talking to people like today, like, oh, can I invite this person, that person? I'm like, holy shit, if all these names really come, like, I don't know what to do. But the problem is there's only 250 seats in the room usually, or maybe 300 at the most. So, you know, if it's, let's say Britney Spears wants to come and she wants to bring 3 people, or, you know, Mel Gibson wants a whole table, like, you can't say no.
I know.
Because their value is much larger than the cost of that table.
Yeah.
So then you start eating away your costs and you start losing profitability, and you have to realize, like, okay, this is like a long-term play. I'm building my content, because once you leave Hollywood, your value exponentially grows, because people, like you're saying, from Rhode Island, you have no access to celebrities. You know, in LA, a celebrity isn't as big of a deal, but once you leave Los Angeles, it's like, holy shit, people are so iconic, like almost like mythical characters.
Yes.
So I have to bite the bullet on a lot of these shows. The more celebrities I get, the more bullets I have to bite, unfortunately.
Yeah. But like you said, it's that long game, right? It's not,
Yes.
and that's a huge point we should drive home, because a lot of our audience is the commission sales, high-end commission sales, right?
Yeah.
Small to medium business size owners that a lot of times forget that long game, right? That long game is
Yes.
what is going to be the big ROI, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah, you know, because I worked on Wall Street. I was in the boiler room. I dialed for dollars, the call 100, get 10 on the phone, make 6 appointments, you know, close 2. Like, I remember all that stuff. That shit doesn't fly anymore. Nobody wants to pick up their phone. I don't even like calling people anymore. Like, I feel bad. And so you have to build relationships. It's a fact. You have no choice. So it's always going to be a long-term game. You know, sometimes my wife will say, I have an appointment, a business meeting, and I'll come home and she'll say, hey, did you lock it in? Did you close it? Did you get the money? And I'm like, babe, no, it might take like 3 more dinners with this person to get to where I want to go. So it's definitely a long-term game. You know, the whole Gary Vee, patience is everything. It really is true this day and age. You know, people only care about the person and not the company. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters. The brand now is the person. It's not the company anymore.
It's so true. And one of the things you said is there might take 2 or 3 more dinners, right? And I also believe what you were saying, if we go in a little bit of another direction, but parallel to that, is we hear this all the time when you're talking about sales, and you just gave us some stats, is close. I'm a closer. I'm a closer. I'm a closer. I think today you need to be an opener. I think you need to open opportunity versus trying to close somebody on the sale. And I think that's what you're doing, right, with that third dinner versus trying to throw up on them halfway through the first dinner.
Yes. Yeah. No one wants to be sold anymore. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know, but the good thing about that is you have to be authentic and genuine. It forces you to build relationships with people. It actually makes you a better person. You know, so people see that you're genuine. They want to build a relationship with you, and then they're more apt to give you referrals as well because they trust you. You know, I don't like being sold anymore. I can't stand it.
It's so true. In our Brand Builder TV, our subtitle is "Brand Loyalty is King" because it maps the trust. Right?
Yes.
Brand loyalty maps the trust, and so. Share with us some golden nuggets, dude, on how you've been able to explode. And I'm telling you, this is someone from watching, right, what you've been doing on social media for the last few years. We've been connected for a few years now, watching you do what you do. Give us some pointers, man, on how you were able to network so strong.
Man, I have to say a lot of it has to do with everybody loves fighting. It's embedded in our DNA, and celebrities especially love to fight. Like celebrities want to be, actors want to be athletes, athletes want to be actors, entrepreneurs, not normally they're very alpha. So they wish they could fight, but they would never step in a cage and fight someone. So there's so much respect there. So a lot of my platform has been able to kind of feed me my contacts, for example, and I do a lot of things with charity. And I'll give you a great example.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of events, and the events that I go to are usually the higher ticket ones. So again, $500 ticket, $500 crowd. So if you're in sales, you should be focusing on that, because that's where you're going to find the most credible people, that are going to spend the money, and the people that you want to build around your circle. Most people aren't willing to do that and bite the bullet in the beginning because it's an investment. I love to use, not to go off topic, this analogy that I love to use is a Lamborghini. Now, everyone dreams of owning a Lamborghini, right? In LA, they're everywhere. So you can go to a Lamborghini dealership, probably lease one for like $3,000 a month, which seems like obviously a lot of money. So $36,000 a year plus insurance. Let's just say it costs you $45,000 a year. Now, it doesn't matter that you have a Lamborghini. If you get the Lamborghini, you're now in a new circle of people who own Lamborghinis. So you're going to go to Cars and Coffee with Lamborghini owners. You're going to do ride and drives with Lamborghini owners. You're going to post on your social media you have a Lamborghini. You're going to get your $50,000 back every fucking year if you do that, because you're going to be in this influx, in this circle that you didn't have before. So I like to use a Lamborghini model because you can use that as a tool to create so much business, because you always have to find a way to get into these circles, because you have to be relatable in the circles you want to be in. If you're not relatable, no one's going to trust you.
I love that. Is the key in today's world. I always say your vulnerability becomes your credibility, right?
Yes.
And it's so vitally important. And one of the things that we can drive home on your example about the Lamborghini, I remember Billy Jean, his marketing, told me, well, his biggest to date video ad, I forget the numbers. It was just staggering numbers that came back to the company. But he went out, and I think he got he did a video on purchasing his first Bentley. Now his accountant was going crazy. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you? He goes, just trust me on this. Within 6 months, they like tripled what the investment was. And he said in like a year and a half, he wound up getting rid of it. But that's exactly what you're saying. It's that perception, as long as it's your flavor, right? And as long as it's legit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. What you drive is it can be your biggest asset. Listen, you could go and get a 69 Camaro and mod it out and go be a part of that crew, or me, like with my H1, like I have a whole crew of guys who have H1s, like we're all relatable. You end up wanting to support each other. It's like a little brotherhood. And you can find that in anything in life. It could be, it doesn't have to just be cars. It could be anything.
As long as it's your flavor, right? As long as it's your thing. That's what I love about it. And whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're a business owner, whether you're in tech, everyone still needs to build a Rolodex. Everyone still needs to have those relationships. And the other thing I want to have you go deeper on is, let's just say we're talking about mortgage sales, or we're talking about a Wall Street, or we're talking about real estate sales, high-end real estate sales. Ultimately, what you're talking about, and I'd love you to go deeper on this, is they have to figure out how to become the celebrity in their world, in their niche. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, man. Like I said, building a personal brand is everything. And I'll give a good example would be, let's use Instagram as an example. So I don't follow Amazon. I sure as hell don't follow Tesla, but I do follow Jeff Bezos and I do follow Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. They are the brand. Every company needs to have a face of their brand and have that, it's that relatability factor. So people on Wall Street or whatever they are in sales, they have to be relatable. You have to do something to stand out. You can't you can't, what did it say? You can't stand out and fit in at the same time. So you have to find a way to stand out from everybody else. So creating a personal identity and a personal brand. So for me, I just, when you were fighting, you always have that alter ego name. I was given Hulk Smash because of my wrestling days. And then when I started my company, people just started calling me Smash. Hey, Smash, what's up? And then people started calling me Mr. Smash. So that just stuck. And now I'm just branded myself as Mr. Smash. And everything around me is, okay, hashtag smash everything. Go to the gym and smash. My truck, smash H1. Some of it sounds cheesy, and it kind of is at first. But at some point, it just catches on, and everyone just believes it, because if you believe it, everyone else will believe it.
And here's the thing. Two things I want to really, I love that you went there. One of my biggest, if I could rest, he's passed away, but if there's two people in this world that I could sit down with and talk business and have them as my mentors, it's two people. It's Lorenzo Fertitta and Charles Mask Lewis, right? Because at the end of the day, my wall has his stuff all over it, because what you just said, people are going to laugh at you at first, right? Until you climb that mountain. Then they're going to ask you how you did it. And when you hear Charles talk about everyone laughing at him about wearing the makeup, right? About the outfits, and everyone laughing at him until they hit it. And then they said, God, man, I knew you could do it.
Of course.
Right?
And, let's say Conor McGregor is a good example, because, he truly believed it, and he built his brand on like this, Mystic Mac or whatever, because he said this person this way, that way, and it actually came true. Everyone thought he was crazy until he kept on doing it and doing it and doing, like, oh my God, this guy really is mythical,
Yeah.
But you run the risk of, if you fail before you get to the top, everyone's going to laugh at you even harder. I told you couldn't do it. I told you not to wear a mask. I told you not to wear nail polish. I told you to be so abrasive and talk about how you're going to knock people out. But if you make it to the top, it's all worth it. Your brain is everything.
It truly is. And at the end of the day, I always tell people the biggest fear that people have, bar none, is the fear of what other people think. And I have the best hack for it. Your only job is to make them accurate. So we're human, right? We're going to judge. I judge, you judge. I get judged, you get judged. You just have to make them accurate. And I hear all the time for the last 15, 20 years of my adult life, once I get to meet somebody, they go, God, you're so much nicer than I thought. Right? Because of my appearance.
Of course.
But we're going to be judged, right? And we're going to judge. We're humans. You just have to make them accurate. And I think that's a great life hack. Here's the other thing I want to talk about. What did you say to me before we went on record? What did you define yourself as?
Shit, I don't remember.
I'll give you a hint. It's the opposite of outgoing.
Oh, I'm introverted.
So check this out, guys. You ready? This is the excuse crusher, right? You're the excuse crusher tonight, brother. For the people that are going, yeah, but you know what? These guys are comfortable in front of the camera. These guys are great at networking. What did you define yourself? Unsolicited from me, what did you define yourself as?
Super introvert. Like, I don't like leaving my house. I don't like crowds of people. I get burnt out very easily, but I just feed off of other people's energy. Like, you have your very high energy. I feed off of that. But it also drains me even more so once I leave this conversation. Anytime I go to a big event, my wife will tell you, I'll lock myself in the room and I will close the blinds in the darkness, stare at the ceiling, and just like, woosah. Because I only know I can handle anything for a few hours, but after that, I'm done. I got invited to a movie screening for Nicolas Cage the other day, and I got there and I was fine. I was good, but it was so chaotic and madness that the energy just like took me down, and I just left. I was like, this is not. You really have to be aware of it. But yeah, I am introverted and I love it, and I'm a homebody, and that will never change. But I will also say this: I Googled myself recently. We all do it. I was trying to find like old content or an old video that I could post because I didn't have anything that day. Because I'm in Connecticut and there's not much to do. And I found an interview from Red Booth, and it was the first interview I did when I moved to LA when I had a PR company. And I watched them like, holy shit, I am so boring. No nonness. It was like, yeah, I own Snash Global, and I did this and I did that. Like, but you learn over time how to get over that. You know, everyone starts somewhere. You start at zero, and I was horrible. You know, I was probably horrible for the first few times, but now when I'm on camera, I know how to turn on. I fucking kill it every single time. And I'm confident when I walk in that room every single time.
It's like public speaking, right? So many
Yes.
people are terrified of it, but as you get going, right, you start to do it. But I love that you gave yourself that title, because now that's what I want people to understand is you gave yourself that title. You believe you are an introvert, but you're still making it happen at a very high level. Again, level celebrities. You're talking Mel Gibson, right? Doesn't get any more A than that, right? That's as A as you get. As far, and I'm so excited to see who's going to be getting the award next Thursday, man. I'm pumped, man. You got me on the edge of my seat, and this will be the first Smash Global I'll be attending. So I'm pumped, man. I'm excited for this show, dude. Really pumped. So what do? Go back East Coast and West Coast?
Yeah, so I just moved my family back to Connecticut in July.
Oh, okay.
You know, 'cause every year we've been in California, we've kind of flirted with we should move back. You know, you get homesick, you have a family, things are difficult on your own. So this was the year we say, you know something, let's give it a shot for a year. We're expanding the company to New York as well, to do a show in New York in the spring. So it just made sense. You know, I felt like I need to be a part of the community in New York like I was in LA. And man, I'll tell you what, the level of networking in New York is on a whole nother level in Los Angeles. Like,
really?
Real money. Like you know, I've had dinner with Alex Rodriguez a few times.
Yeah.
He'll invite me up for a dinner, but he'll always do it the day of. The schedule's crazy. And recently, he invited me to a dinner. He's like, Steve, you got to come. This is the one. I got like 10 other guys coming. He said there's going to be a lot of money in that room. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Not a big deal. I've been around a lot of money. I walk in this room, we're having dinner, and A-Rod's partner goes, hey, I know a lot of you guys already know each other, but I want everyone to give their 30-second introduction so we, break that ice. And I go first. I'm right next to Alice as he's going to finish. We're going around the room, and it's like the owner of the Tampa Bay Rays, the owner of the Panthers, the president of American Express, chairman of Eastman and Wakefield, this guy, CEO of Allergy and makes Botox, made like $40 million last year on his Wikipedia. Mitchell Modell, who owns Modell Sporting Goods. Like, the money in that room, I was like, holy shit, like this is a whole nother level. You know, LA, there's money, but it's not the same.
I didn't know that. See, I thought that it would be crazy over here, like lopsided, even though, New York, Manhattan is the cost of living is, out of control. But so share people are going to be dying. They're going to be like, how did you create such a strong relationship with A-Rod? Break that down for us, dude, because that's gold.
Yeah, it's funny because, again, it's a lot of a respect thing. Like, A-Rod loves fighters. That's his thing. Like, people don't realize, like, he owns all the rights to UFC gyms in Florida.
Really?
Like, his last show, that show is called Back in the Game, his premiere episode was on Evander Holyfield. So, but we got connected because of a fitness app that he's like a major investor in. And Mike O'Hearn was the face of it. I think training with Mike O'Hearn. So you're out. Yeah.
Wow. But I want to go a little bit deeper on that, because what you got, there's a level of respect out of the gate because you're a professional fighter, right? But also you built that respect because you didn't go there and throw up on them, right? You didn't go there and sell them. You went there to create a win-win relationship. That's what I want people to really get, right? That long game.
Long game. And listen, like, I want to raise money for my company and expand. And yeah, I could probably say, hey, Alex, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. You want to be a partner? But I wouldn't do it because the relationship is more valuable to me right now.
Yes.
You know, finding money hard these days, but finding solid relationships that are to last forever is even harder. You know, so somebody like him, you know, I really want to have a long-term friendship with him, you know, because the network that I'm going to have because of him, you know, and I owe him a lot. Like, one of my sponsors for this show is because of the room that I was in that night, you know, a guy that I connected with. And for me, anytime I go to a networking event or anything like that, my goal is always to find one person, just one person that I truly like felt in my soul that I can connect with and be relatable for. And
no
matter what, because if you're just like a card passer,
yeah,
that's what you're thinking about. You're not going to be able to spend enough time with people to really develop that relationship. So you got to really find that one person and really give them your all.
Dude, that's a golden nugget. That's what I was looking for. And the way you described it is what I love, is knowing yourself, looking for that connection, right? Not just that one person, but that something that you have a connection with, right? Like one, like this, right? You have that connection with.
Yes, you have to.
That's the level of awareness in yourself, which is so vitally important. And if people think that what the story you just shared about that room with A-Rod doesn't apply to them, any realtor, any mortgage person, any Wall Street person, any business person, if you think that wouldn't add to your Rolodex, you're out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
You're out of your mind. So I want to, before we jump off, I want you to share with us what's going, like, you have the event coming up next Thursday, and share with us what's going on so we can promote it.
Yes, next Thursday I have my 9th show. It'll be my last one in LA for a while. I'm going to focus more on the East Coast, I think.
Okay.
So Thursday the 19th is from 7 to 11. I have 5 pro fights. It's in a ballroom setting with a cage in the middle, surrounded by 25 to 30 tables of 10. So you're eating like a beautiful 4-course dinner, open bars, black ties, red carpet. There'll obviously be a lot of celebrities. Even me, like, sometimes I have no idea who's going to come. And I'll know, like, maybe the day of or the day before. And it's such a cool experience. Such a cool experience.
Man,
like, even like right now, I'll be transparent. Like, I don't even have all of my honorees right now. I will. It's always scary because, again, it's being relatable. So I don't pay my honorees. You know, most like foundations and charities and shows, they're paying celebrities to accept awards. And me as a martial artist, I think that goes against the code. It goes against everything. I understand I'm using them as value to sell tickets, but I don't exploit them too. So I don't take advantage of their time. I don't take advantage of them coming. Like, you don't see me blasting the celebrities that are coming. I kind of just let it unfold how it unfolds. I have such a level of respect for these people.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we're going to chop up some clips for you, and then we're going to start to blast it out. And then any links that you want to share with us, we'll make sure that we put in the notes. And,
okay.
And that night's going to be all over my social media. That's for sure, man. Like I said, man, I'm pumped. I'm excited, and I'm glad that I'm able to get to this last one in LA before you move it over to the East Coast.
Yeah, and I guess I plug this in with you too. So I'm starting my own nonprofit.
Okay.
It's going to be good for the beginning of 2020. It might be ready by the time I have the show. It's going to be called Smash for Troops. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a lot of raising money for troops. I'm having my own initiative here in Los Angeles, where I'm going to help these guys with PTSD. And this is going to be the first show where I kind of deploy my initiative. It's going to be really cool.
Awesome, man. And keep us posted. Anything we could do to promote that, for sure, man, because I'm a big supporter of the troops, man, because we wouldn't be where we are right now. We wouldn't be doing this right now, my man, without them. Yeah. So love that. I love that. So anything that I didn't touch on that you want to touch on before we do jump off?
No, I'm good. That was a great conversation. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Thank you for taking the time. I know you got a lot of balls in the air, You got a lot going on. And like I said, man, every time I've reached out to you, you've always found the time, man. So I want people to understand that, man. You're legit.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Anytime.
Yeah, man. So guys, thank you so much. You're getting value from this. Share it, blast it out there. Jump on every platform that you could think of for a podcast. We're on, and we're exploding our YouTube channel in 2020. Jump on there, subscribe, share, and throw out those questions. And we're gonna have more people like Steve on, and I'll keep you guys posted next week at Smash Global. Man, I'm pumped. Thank you, big man.
You got it, man. Thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.